Hello, hello, everyone. Something interesting just happened. I've been on live since 9 o'clock, which usually my live comes out. And here I am sitting, looking at the camera and yapping my way along, yapping about about my topic today. And only now I just realized that I wasn't really on live. So that's an interesting thing. I'm lucky I don't have big crowds to watch, so I didn't disappoint a lot of people, I'm sure. But interesting how here is a teaching point how technology would react to our own resistance, because we can blame it on technology or I forgot to press the button or whatever, but actually it's inside of us. We create our reality ourselves. So definitely my resistance to be here and share something that is very sacred to me, and I really don't usually share these things out in the open. I only share it with my very close clients, my inner circle, and not usually with everybody else. So here we are. So I am attempting to go out and talk about my beliefs out in the open. And I guess there is still resistance inside. And so that's a teaching point for many, because if you have this feeling of something is not working, or something, technology breaks and so forth, it's just a sign of resistance. Just know, once you figure it out, immediately everything starts working. So along the way, teaching points, I can't help myself. Okay, so today, and by the way, I'm Irina Baker, and I'm going to talk about something that very dear to my heart, divine guidance science, and how I use divine guidance science in everyday situation, in business, in life, in every area of my life, and how practical they are. And so I one day recently, it happened maybe, I don't know, 3 days ago, something like that. I as I was making my bed in the morning, I asked for encouragement. I'm very heavy in the promotional period right now. Tomorrow, I'm teaching a masterclass, three keys to unlock the doors to divine guidance. Therefore, I've been promoting my masterclass, and then my 3-day event is coming up in May. And that's how I've been focused on. And so, because of that, I wanted a sign of encouragement that I'm doing the right thing. I'm not pushing and forcing. I'm actually going with the flow. And it's divinely proved, because that's how I usually operate. I like to be approved by the divine, because I want to know that I'm going in the right direction, doing the right thing, and not resisting how I just resisted at the beginning. So I did ask that. And so periodically I do ask for encouragement. I don't ask every day because I don't need it, but if I sometimes I do. So this time I did. And so I just simply said, I would like to receive one sign, at least one just sign of encouragement. Just give me a sign that you here, you present, you up and close and personal. Okay. And I let go, because usually I ask and I let go, because otherwise the ego will be on top of you and will miss entirely, completely. And that's how a lot of people don't get signs, because the ego gets in the way. So I let go and I went along my day. About my day, I needed to drive my daughter to school. But before I started driving, something interesting happened, and I started paying attention, because that's how I am. I asked, I let go, and then I'm on a lookout for signs, but it's not really like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there and waiting, give me the sign. No, it's actually I'm going about my day, but then I'm paying attention. So a friend of mine sends me a reel, and the reel is weird, because I mean, at least in this situation, a reel is about a guy, a man who took an old tire and made it into a beautiful ottoman, a chair. And the reel is showing on the fast with the fast speed how he's doing it. So he took the tire and he's just doing all the whatever he needs to do to make it, and then finally he turns it into a beautiful ottoman. And I'm sending back to my friend, I saying, how is it relevant? So interestingly enough, why would I ask this question? Okay, the friends send me the reel, enjoy it, right? I usually do. But something prompted me to ask that question. I didn't even think about it. I was actually busy, so I just sent it. Why is this relevant? And the answer comes, it is not. But so what my friend got out of the reel, because my friend is also in business, the message, the text said, it is not relevant, but this person persisted, kept going, and now he's thriving. And so immediately it hit me. So usually we use the word glowing. I use the term glowing. That text glowed at me. And it was definitely literally clear. Keep going, be persistent. You're doing the right thing because the result will be good. So here was my first encouragement. And I don't even remember if I noticed it immediately or not, but with the real, definitely not. But then I noticed when the text literally spelled out, be persistent, keep going, and the result will be good. So okay, that was my sign. So I was very happy. I got it. It felt it, and usually the signs would feel. So it glowed at me, it stood out for me, and it felt good. Okay, well, I usually so I'm happy. I'm done with my science. I'm going about the day. So after I brought my daughter to school, interestingly, ironically or interestingly enough, I planned for that day to go to Walmart to have my rotation. I have a brand new car, and that was my very first tire rotation. And I decided not to go to dealership, to go to Walmart just to do the tires. And so I went there out of the blue. So do you see already the tire reel and then tire rotation? And interestingly enough, the previous few days before, I was supposed to. I actually went to Walmart to do tire rotation, but it was a lot of line was big and they were short-handed, so I didn't want to wait for long, and I left. So again, I'm telling you all the details to show how intricate the divine setup is. So I was scheduled, quote unquote, by the spirit to come to the workshop or to Walmart Auto Care exactly on that day to help me with the sign receiving. So okay, I'm there to do my tire rotation again, tire. So I go to Subway because I decide, okay, I'll get my sub and I'll wait for the tires. So I go there, and an interesting experience. I am having a very interesting experience because, well, we love Subway. We go there often. We go to three different ones around our area, and I know people there, and I have friends there. They know me, so usually it's just friendly environment, very nice. And this time there is a new person, and she says, I'm a manager here. So we started talking, and interesting thing happened. She provided a customer service above and beyond any normal experience. When they're very nice, it's already amazing, right? They're nice to you, they're personable. But in this case, it was even more. So it was bigger. So the experience was glowing at me. Do you hear the glowing word, right? And I don't usually know exactly immediately. I just can put all the pieces together later on. So here I am talking to her. So she's providing above and beyond experience to me. And I sat so I got my sandwich. The Subway was out of this world. I don't know if you like subs, you will know one person will make it one way and the another person will make a different way. So they could be different. So this time is so amazing. Everything is so perfect, just perfect experience altogether. But here's something coming. So here I am sitting eating my sub. And usually after I eat it, I usually address them and I say thank you and then I leave. But I didn't have time for that because I haven't finished yet. I was still waiting for tired people to call me. So I'm sitting there with my empty basket. I ate my sub, but I'm sitting, not leaving. And she comes to me. So she came out of the counter, walked around the counter, came to me in the sitting area. and started talking to me, she really, really acted like it was a sitting restaurant, and was a food server, very, very professional and very friendly, and it's like upscale restaurant. Because how many times do you experience that people at Subway will take your basket away from you? You're supposed to do it yourself, which it's normal. And so I'm looking at her. So while I'm talking to her, she's very friendly. She asked me how everything was, and we're talking. And then she takes my basket away to clean it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And finally, she leaves. And as she's leaving, she says, God bless you. How many times do you go to Subway, get a perfect sub, your basket gets taken away for you, and then a person tells you, God bless you? So obviously, this experience was so above and beyond that it stood out for me, and I knew it was a sign. So that's why I'm giving you all the details, because this is how awareness kicks in, that this is not a normal experience. It's a pleasant experience, but it's not normal experience, because it's beyond, above and beyond, of above and beyond. And it made me feel very good. So as my first text that came, be persistent, it made me feel good, but this time it made me feel even better, right? So what's the message? Well, the message is continue going, be persistent, results will be good, and you're blessed. So it's like divine encouragement and divine, actually, approval. So you are on the right path, you're doing the right thing, we're with you, and you approved, because God bless you. Well, you approved. So, wow, I was so hugged. I got my hug I wanted from the spirit. And it feels always magic unfolds, because you can see, or at least I can see, and I can feel it. It's a feeling experience, and it's the feeling of magic unfolding, and divine is present with you. It's not just outside world, it's actually divine communicating with me. And I know it not only mentally, I know it physically. I feel it in the body, and it makes me feel expanded, encouraged, supported, just feeling good. And it was an amazing feeling. So, but we always we always love in my group with my clients in my academy. So one of them always gets two signs, and I always get three signs to confirm the same thing. So I usually laugh about it, because she wants three signs, but she always gets only two. And I always laugh about it, because I mean, it doesn't matter how many signs we get, as long as we feel good and we get the message. It could be one and you fine. But I'm laughing right now, because I got my third sign. I got three signs of encouragement, which I didn't even ask for. I only asked for one. And so I I left Subway, and I'm driving back, and suddenly I'm seeing a truck, and the truck is the one, not this big semi, but a small one, like personal pickup truck. Usually, it's not a sedan, right? So it's a truck. Okay. And suddenly, on the door of that truck, there are words painted on the door of the truck, and the truck is next to me. It's passing me by like this. I'm going this way, and it's going towards me on the other side, and it's right in front of me. And the words are, I love you. Have you seen I love you painted in big letters on the side of the truck? And you happen to be at the right place at the right time to see that, to notice that. And of course, these words were glowing at me unbelievably. And of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my third sign, and you cannot be more direct. So, yes, divine cannot, or will not, or whatever that verb is, will tell us, it won't give us a burning bush every time we ask for it, but it will give us a burning bush that is in metaphors, or in subtle ways, that nobody notices around you. But if you have that spiritual awareness and you know what to look for, and you are living on that plane of existence with your fully open spiritual awareness, you will see so much magic around you, so many signs, so much communication. You will never feel alone ever again. And that's the practical application of divine guidance. You're not, it's not about trust your intuition. Yes, you do trust your intuition. I do trust that these signs are real, but it's about deeper. It's about living with spiritual awareness. And so these are my three signs. I love you track top the charts because I mean it started with the tire, then with the subway, and then with the truck. Now, what do all these three signs have in common? Yes, first of all, yes, they're all about spiritual encouragement, which I ask. So it was the immediate answer to my prayer. My prayer request was, and immediately I got it very fast because it was the same morning. But also, as actually, I even didn't notice this after 30 years. Well, sometimes we don't, but I have my clients and I shared that with them. And one of them immediately pointed out, look, everything is about tires. So, first was the tire reel. Pay attention to the tires. The second one was the subway, but I went to subway only because I was waiting for my tire rotation and I didn't need to buy anything. So I was just sitting there waiting for my tires to be done. And the subway was the only place I could sit in, and except of sitting area. So tires again, the tire day, and especially when I couldn't come before, I had to come to the tire day exactly on that day. So here's another one. Divine knows in advance what will happen. There are changes, yes, it depends on our free will, yes, but so divine prepares you in advance because I needed to be at this place on that day, not only to get my encouragement, because obviously the divine knew I would ask for that encouragement because everything happens in the now. There is no past or future. It's all now for the divine. And so it knew it was a divine setup. I had to experience all the signs. And I have a feeling that also I had to experience those profound signs, which I actually do daily, but that was also not only to help me with my business, but also I would be sharing this with you. If you're watching this and you're still watching right now after 18 minutes of me yapping on the screen, then you're interested in it and there is a reason. And so I got this experience and I had to share it with the world, even though I'm reluctant to do it. I did have a resistance because you needed to hear it. So that's another interesting point. Okay. And tires, what do tires mean? So, how do we interpret this? Tires mean feet or shoes, rather, shoes, because shoes for the car. And what does a car do? It runs. And if tire is not good, it's broken, then the car will not run. You have to have perfect tires or good tires for the car to run. So you cannot, what's the metaphor? Well, you cannot run without the tire. And whole day was about, or whole morning was about tires. And the tires mean keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep running, because you find you're moving in the right direction. We love you, we bless you, you're approved by the Spirit. So these are, I'm still happy. I still feel happy about these three signs. And like I said, this is nothing new. This is nothing extraordinary for me and for my clients because we've gotten million of signs and we always share and experience and interpret them and know what's going on. So this is all not new, but I needed to share it, I guess. Okay, well, that's it for today. And I do want to invite you because tomorrow is the day for my master class. It's only 90 minutes. I hope to finish earlier, but I'm long-winded, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you go to radiantmastery.com/masterclass, it's right there. on the screen. Hopefully, it's visible because I don't know, right now it's working fine. Three keys to unlock the door to divine guidance. And in this class, we're not going to talk about trusting your intuition. You've heard that a lot. Plus, I just did a mega summit, divine guidance, and it was all about trusting your intuition. So we're going deeper now. So this is the next step for those who are interested, especially if you watch the summit, and a lot of people liked the interviews and found them very helpful and practical. And so this is the next step. And what I'm going to talk about and explore with you is what is divine guidance. I mean, everybody has a different definition of it. So what is it for you, and what is it from my perspective, from the vintage point of 30 years of doing it? Why we need it, in other words, why you need divine guidance in your business and life. I already know perfectly well why it's for me and why it's for my clients, but you might not think it's important. And how to bring it into your business and life. So these are simple questions, but the answer is interesting and deep. And I would like to say that if you join my class on Saturday, tomorrow, um, let me show you, I will show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. As they say, famous saying, I will use it here because it's definitely a deep rabbit hole and it's a fascinating one. So I'm inviting you, come to the class tomorrow and see for yourself. Thank you so much. I'm signing off. Goodbye.